All right. It is the first ever FanBabble Sports. This will be the first show we put on YouTube. It is Satday Sessions, not Saturday Sessions. Satday Sessions. Um, yeah. So with me tonight we got Benny, Scotty from Chat from the Back, and my co-host from Circle and Rectangle Show, Nugget. I think all of us have blogs up, or Scotty, you're about to. So we're the hardest working people at FanBabble right now. So except for our editor, Blake. Shout out Blake Denby, our new editor. He's probably going to be the hardest worker
He is the
out
hardest
of all of
working
us.
person
So
because he's got to go through our dribble to make it sound
yeah.
like dribble.
Yeah, so if you like the way a
But
blog
better.
sounds, it's him. It's him. I guess the point of this show is just to talk shit about sport and have a couple of beers. We're all drinking something tonight. We're not going to say what we're drinking because, you know,
it depends who's paying us the most money.
That's it. Yeah, you want to pay us the money?
You pay us the money, we will tell you what we're drinking.
Exactly. But for now, we're just gonna crack open a drink, enjoy Saturday Sessions. Sunday Sessions. What kind of name would that be?
But yeah, we could be drinking Cronulla, Carlton Dry, Carlton Draft, VB, Melbourne Bitter, Tilly's New.
Canada Club? Canadian Club, sorry. Pineapple.
Canada Club.
Canada Club. How many fucking beverages have you had this Saturday?
Just this. I drank about 4 liters of water. I've been doing yard work all day. It's been horrible. I didn't get to watch as much college football as I wanted. But I got to watch Vartech run out, so that's
Bloke
all
goes home for one day and he's doing yard work.
But it's summer. This place, everything's just fucking great.
How good has the weather been after the first 3 days of spring?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't it raining up there at the moment?
It's been pissing down all day, yeah.
A little bit, but
Well, to be fair, this is the first time it's rained in, a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I was working last time.
You have to remember, I did say how good are the first 3 days of springs. Today is the 4th, so we can count it out.
Oh, yeah, true.
Fair point.
It's beautiful up here, but it'll get down to like 2 degrees overnight. So it's you just can't win. I'll be wearing a jumper and a blanket while I'm watching Formula One tonight. You watch.
Yeah, cool.
I guess the point of this show is we're just going to talk shit about sport, but I guess we need to talk about the Paralympics because I don't think enough's been made of it in everywhere else. I put a blog up today about how excited I am about it, and I like watching it more than the Olympics. But we're not going to talk shit about it because it's been really fun. So. My new favorite sport, I said it in a blog, is goalball. That thing is awesome.
So I haven't even actually been able to catch much of it because I've been working every day. So
oh no, it's literally the only thing that's been on TV at our house. But we've got 4 people living at home. 2 of us are working from home. 2 of us aren't. But then again, one of us is working nights, so he's home all day anyway. And literally, Paralympics has just been on our TVs the entire time. It's been absolutely fucking phenomenal to watch. And just different sports that you don't see. Like we recently had the Olympics, obviously, and it's the same Olympic sports there. And I think first time I can remember that the Paralympics have also been broadcast like this well or like this big. Yeah. And look, it's been amazing. Like watching the bocce last night at dinner, it was fucking fantastic.
Well, I know it's one of the things. I know it's one of the things Seven actually pushed for when they got the rights. They wanted to do this for the Paralympics and get the coverage out there and get it matching. But also want to touch on that is the money they were getting. Like, they were getting nothing.
Yeah, that's... Your cousin, Benny, was the first one that voted.
Oh, mate. Well, he's one of many. Like, there's a whole story behind why he's so upset over it, and I'll hopefully touch on that in a blog or even try and do an interview with him.
Yeah, nice.
When I can eventually get back up to Queensland and see him. But, like, it was ridiculous that it took until all this public outcry for him to be able to get the payments.
Yeah, and credit to the government. The first good thing Scotty's done in the last 6 months is, equal pay. He doesn't do it on a pro rata, but
the first thing Scotty's ever done right in his entire fucking leadership.
Yeah,
he's the leader?
Who knows?
That's Anastasia Palaszczuk, right? She's the prime minister, surely.
Oh yeah, the one that only lets sports stars into her state. Yeah.
I mean,
touchy subjects. But let's not get political, boys. This is a sports show. Come on.
I mean, it's technically sport.
Calm yourself.
But yeah, like you touched on bocce ball. Dan Michaels, Satday boy, winning bronze in that, which is our first medal in 25 years in the single, and it's first in the singles one. So that was awesome. Goalball's been fucking crazy. Like, it's just three girls in a goal with a giant goal that spreads the length of the field. Other team throws the ball, and they've just got to hear the bell and throw their bodies in the way. It's just crazy, man. When they make the perfect save, where they actually catch it. Good. These are sports you never get to see. I want to see a goalball Premier League in Australia. I want to have my own team.
The one sport that hasn't been at the Paralympics, which kind of disappoints me because it's a relatively large sport here in Sydney as well. Power chair football.
Power chair, yeah. Sydney FC
That's
dominated.
it's good to watch live. Western Sydney Wanderers obviously have a power chair team, and they're like relatively decent in this sport. But that's a sport I really wish was at the Paralympics. I was watching the five-a-side football, the blind football today with Morocco beating China for the bronze medal, and just the absolute scenes when Morocco finally heard the final whistle. Passion.
And like, I don't want to say I'm excited for it because it's just better watching guys that aren't as able as we are to do it. It's just, like you said, it seems like there's more passion when they win these things. Like you see Isis Holt get her silver medal, and the quote she said, I put in the blog perfect, but it was something like, "If you're not going to be the one who gets the gold medal, you better push the one who gets it as hard as you can." So that's the attitude to have. You never hear the Olympic stars come out with shit like that. It's so boring and mundane. It's like, oh yeah, no, I went really well. Congratulations to her. It's if I'm not going to win it, she better push as hard as she fucking can. Like, it's just, I like that sort of ballsy attitude. Like, and Daniel Michael saying "yeah, baby" every time he nailed where that ball had to land was. They just have a little bit more of a personality, and Dylan Alcott, probably the biggest personality in all of Australian sports. So every time he wins, he's loud, he's passionate,
and not an arsehole about it.
Yeah, that's it. He's not arrogant about it. It's legitimate passion. Like he's just he's a legend. I mean, you look at how he reacted when he beat that 18-year-old Dutch kid. They hugged in the middle. The kid didn't want to let him go because he's read his book, he's followed him his whole life, and now he's on the big stage playing against his hero. Like. There's just so many. There's story after story of these guys. They win, even if they don't win. Their interviews are awesome about how great is this? I'm here. I finally achieved my goals. Like, people doubt these people all through their lives, and the fact that they're on the world stage being watched by millions is awesome. And credit to Channel 7 for giving them this huge platform now. Like, it's awesome.
Well, it's set the standard now for any future Paralympics games coverage. Like, they're going to be the measuring stick now in Australia for the coverage of the Paralympics. Yep. It's whoever takes over, like they're going to have to do something special.
And it's easier now because you do have 7plus, you have 7Mate, all these other channels, but they're using it so well. They're not like taking it for granted. They're utilizing what they have, and they're doing such a great job with it. Like
my only real complaint with the coverage of the Olympics, and they did the Paralympics, and they did the same in the Olympics. Was you're watching something on, say, 7plus.
Yeah.
Sorry, 7Mate. And then to continue watching this, turn to Channel 7. Well, no, I'm fucking watching it on this.
Why?
You go from 7Mate to 7.2 for 2 minutes, then go to Channel 7 for half an hour to go back to 7Mate.
Yeah.
It's like...
But then they didn't tell you. Like, I remember watching all of the Ollie Roos and the Matildas games, and then half time comes, they show something else. But then they don't tell you that kickoff's in 5 minutes on this channel.
Yeah.
It'll just pop up down the bottom in this time.
Every single game, I missed the first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
And you're watching something, and it's like, oh, by the way, you're missing your game.
Hang on. Half-time should be over by now. It's been 25 minutes.
I think one of them I only found out because they said, over at where blah 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 where the Matildas are playing, they've conceded another goal straight after halftime. I'm like, wait, that was on this channel. I was watching that. Like, what the hell's going on here? And it might have been I just went to take a piss and I missed it. That we're turning to this channel. But yeah, just stop chopping and change it. Put these sports on a channel and just leave it. You don't have to change it. I mean, I don't care that much about
just trying to get the views up on the channels,
all of their channels,
trying to fudge up the statistics.
They're like me when I just share everybody's blog multiple times a day because I'm just trying to get the numbers going again. Like, let's reset, guys. Your caches have reset. So, but yeah, it's been awesome. I know Dan, one of our guys, said that he doesn't know what he's going to do when the Paralympics ends. So it is one of those things, if you're looking for sport during the middle of the week, you just switch over to Channel 7, open the app, and bang, you've got perfect sport. But when these things end, you got to wait till the goddamn weekends to get any decent sport.
Well, in talking about the Olympics and the Paralympics, like it's all been over social media ever since Brisbane got announced as a host.
Yep.
What random sport, Australian sport, or whatever, would you want to see brought into those games? Because the IOC has been doing it the last couple of times. They're bringing in a sport every Olympics that's also relevant to the country where it's being hosted. What would you want to see brought in?
Gaelic football.
Oh, that would be. I would not be against that. Yeah. I was going to say AFL because
all of 2 countries will compete in that, so there's a guaranteed medal.
During the Olympics,
there's a guaranteed sports bet win.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get good odds for it. But every American group I'm in or podcast I listen to, they always talk. It would be good to see it at the Olympics. American football. It would just be good to see that. It's like, yeah, no shit, so you can win another fucking gold medal. So, no, let's put AFL in it. Gaelic football. Us on Ireland in the gold medal game every goddamn time. I don't care. America doesn't care.
Let's prove the myth true and have drop bear wrestling.
Yeah.
You get the Bundaberg rum bear come out, drop it from the top of the stadium, and fuck it, and screw it. Let's rig it. Let's have him hooked up to a harness so only the Aussies can win.
What about snake wrangling?
Crocodile wrestling.
Crocodile wrestling. There we go. No other country in the world.
Cane toad racing.
Kangaroo boxing.
Wait, no. The billy racing out that they do in Alice Springs, when they're in that little tinny.
What, you can't talk about that? We can't talk about that billy racing.
Not that billy racing. No.
Not that billy racing.
No, the other billy racing.
Oh, the other billy racing.
Like when they're in that little tinny.
Yeah.
They just race around like a swamp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like
and there's that one.
It's like a figure eight shit. They got to
go.
Yeah,
and there's that really ballsy bloke hanging over the front of a boat,
just to drag it around the corner.
Bring that sport in the Olympics.
Hey, what about camel racing? It'll be us in the Middle East countries that will be going for it.
Hang on, they use our camels.
That's it. So we can just breed genetically inferior camels to send over to them.
So, here's one that's controversial: dingo baby stealing. We'll win.
I mean, we've only got one record for that, so and it's an iffy one. There's an asterisk.
One more than the rest of the world.
Exactly. Well, there's an asterisk there. You're not really sure. Did we have that? I reckon Scotty's on it, man. I reckon Gaelic football because fucking America. If America had a chance, Gridiron would be in there, and it would just be them. So let's take it to our advantage. Gaelic football, at least then one.
No, you know what?
But to be fair, you don't really see Gaelic football much. So
we see it once every 3 years in Australia when they do that.
Yeah,
tour.
exactly.
Yeah, the one sport that honestly could get a good run at the Olympics. They brought in skateboarding in this Olympics. Yeah. Breakdancing is joining Paris 2024.
Yeah.
Ultimate tag. Because that should get your heart racing.
And it's competitive.
And it's competitive. It's
do that.
Relatively new sport, growing sport.
That would be hilarious.
Well, I was watching something on YouTube the other week, which I think would be brilliant for it. I could even bring in a few elder states people. Do you remember the old 4x gold beach cricket try series they used to have?
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah.
Why don't we bring that in?
Beach cricket, man. That would be pretty freaking good.
Like, I think there have actually been calls to bring 2020 into the next. I think Los Angeles or whatever the next Olympics after Paris.
Like with 2020, it'd be so hard because it was originally a short game. It has extended in running length now. Beach cricket is so short. Like,
what is it, 10 or 12 overs or something like that?
Not even.
It's like 7 aside, 8 aside.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You can do it like rugby sevens.
Yeah, and you can play about 4 or 5 games in the day.
Yeah.
And then that's a whole schedule of tournament style that you can have over maybe 2 or 3 days.
Any country could play it that has a beach, so it rules England out. So I'm not a fan of that then. So, but it's a good idea.
But that's the thing. It's then also a new way to open up the sport to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So then you can potentially expand it even further.
I mean, Americans would play it because they've got plenty of beaches and it's quick.
Yeah.
And you can squeeze some ad breaks in there. They love ad breaks.
And if it's a sport where you can win a gold medal,
China would be into it
as well. Yeah,
they'd be all over that.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I think that's probably enough of the Olympics. We've been dragging on a lot about that.
Yeah.
Jamie, what else have we got?
So, it's internationals at the moment, World Cup qualifiers, all that type of stuff. Socceroos played really well against China. Great performance. Me, Benny, Scotty, we're all England fans here. Nugget isn't, so he doesn't really care. But England 4-0 over Hungary. Biggest thing that came out of that were the scumbag Hungarians with their racism. Shout out Chrissy, my Hungarian mate. Everywhere we go, we seem to get race as England. They get racist. Like you got Raheem Sterling. What's that new young guy? Bellingham, Jadon Sancho. We have black guys that play for our team and are better players in the team, and it just keeps happening. And as I think it was Harry Kane said, nothing's going to happen until you actually start stamping down on these people. UEFA has these countries that get busted for racism, play games behind closed doors, so they don't get to make money there. But FIFA needs to now step in and help it out. But that's
how do they step in though? That's the thing. Like, do you sanction them and disqualify them from tournaments potentially?
See, I don't know. I don't have disqualification just yet. I mean, Hungary do that themselves just by not being as good as everyone else.
Yeah.
But at least not playing games with fans, because that hurts, especially smaller countries. It hurts them in the back pocket when it comes to match day revenue. So that's where I would go. But at the moment, what the hell's that cat doing? It's just.
Focus,
It just
Jamie.
keeps happening. There's such a big push for, they got booed at like all hell when they kneeled. It's just one of those. Jude Bellingham said it right. It's just going to keep happening until the bodies that govern football actually stamp down on it. He's actually so much more mature for his age. Like he's an incredible guy, and he's right. Unless FIFA, UEFA, Asia get into it, like, and actually punish these teams legitimately, then it's just going to keep happening, and they can say stamp it out. It's like, Formula One, and they say we races one, and then they race at Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, where they don't let gay people do anything. They throw them off the buildings.
Don't forget those Hungarians.
Yeah, actually, when it comes to the we races one, yeah. So unless these people actually take this shit seriously and financially punish these countries, because that's what's going to actually hurt them. Like, it's financially punishing them, and it's nothing.
Well, that's what we can do that by, as I said, if you disqualify them from tournaments and ban them, like that's going to punish them financially, because they're literally going to have no source of revenue from anywhere, because they're not going to be able to play. So
there'll be no TV rights deal.
There'll be no TV rights. The sponsors, where are the sponsors going to come from? Because they're not going to pay money for nothing. So the sponsors are going to pull. Yeah. So then you are going to hurt them.
But will they have the balls to do it? I don't think they'll ever go that far. I just don't think FIFA, even though it seems to be a different regime, I just don't think he has. Baldy, as one of the Brazilian players who called him, has the balls to do it.
Yeah.
Like with any country doing racism, I'd rather absolutely screw the country or whatever, because I feel very strongly that racism should not be a part of anything.
Yep.
Like it sickens me.
Yeah. And how the fuck are we in 2021?
Like, unfortunately, racism is and will continue to be part of everyday life until like major punishments come in.
Yeah. It's like, I don't understand how we're in 2021 and it's still
it's unbelievable.
Some people are just idiots, man. Some people are just dicks. It's just fucked. I'm watching the AFL right now. The Brisbane Lions are 4-point up on the Western Bulldogs for the next prelim spot, so that's kind of exciting. Any other sports you guys want to touch in, or any big events in football? I don't remember what we talked about before we came on. I think we were just talking about the drinks we were drinking. So
yeah, and who wants to pay us the most money?
Typical Satday Sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, well, look, like touching on the article that I released yesterday, looking at the Storm and the Tigers. Like, I think last night just showed it with the way that the Storm came through in the second half against the Sharks.
Yep. Tied at halftime, 12-all.
Yeah. And then, like, you look at Panthers against Parramatta. Like, yeah, Parramatta rested players, but it shows the gap in class.
I mean, would that result not have happened if Parramatta played a full-strength team?
You know what? I think it would have been closer.
Yeah?
It definitely would have been
closer, but I don't think they would have fucking done anything differently.
They beat the Storm the other week, but I just...
Eels would have lost, but we would have closed it a little bit more.
I look at the rugby league and I only see one team winning the competition, and it's Melbourne Storm again. So
it's going to be last year's grand final again this year and again next year, 100%.
Same result. I don't know. I reckon your Sharks, man, with Nico Hines coming in, a different coach. If you get Takiaho,
I think it'll take 12 months. I think next year will be all right, possibly push for top 4. But then I think the year after will be the real...
A good year. Yeah, it's second year as a coach.
Boys, just keep your eyes open next year. Those Bulldogs are going to come flying through and finish 10th instead of last.
My head chef would marry you.
We can all admit
just because you said that.
The Tigers will finish 9th. It's just what they
we'll
do.
See.
There's 3 things certain in this world: death, taxes, Tigers not making the 8.
Yeah.
We'll see. This is my idea. I put it on Twitter last night. Whoever finishes 8th, you're probably going to lose next week anyway. Just for lols, everyone should forfeit it until the Tigers make the 8. Let the Tigers play in the finals, and let's see what happens.
It'll be exactly what's going to happen.
No, because then I'm going to have to listen to all my mates who are Tigers fans because of the area that I live in, not to shut the fuck up.
But it's only because of default. But the only problem I worked out with that is, knowing the world's luck, the Tigers would have lulled us into that sense of, oh, God, we feel sorry for the Tigers. Let them have a crack, and they'll probably go out and win the bastard.
No, any team with a Leilua in it's not winning anything.
I was like, what was it with Leilua? Oh, my God, the greatest call I've ever heard at a rugby league game ever. I was down in Canberra. It was the year we won the comp when we flogged them early in the season, and one of the guys I was there with got up and just screamed out. The whole place was silent. He's gone, "Hey, Leilua, I know why they call you BJ, because you suck."
Was that Matt
Just
Blondin?
No,
Was it a Canberra fan? Please
No.
tell me it was a Canberra fan.
no, it wasn't a Canberra fan. They were too busy working out
Wow.
how to get the fish wick.
Fucking Fishwick. Shout out to all our Canberra viewers. Love
Seriously,
you.
I reckon we do a trip down to Fishwick. FanBabble Sports on the road.
Yeah, if we ever get allowed to go there. It's not happening this year, that's for sure.
Always got to check out Belconnen, boys.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to touch on, I'm doing a blog for it at the moment. The W League's expanding, 3 extra teams, 1 coming in this year, which is the Phoenix, next year the Mariners and West United. All I have to say to that is, why hasn't MacArthur put a women's team in yet? They claim to have all this money.
But the thing is,
Because they can't charge $50 a ticket.
that's true. But the thing I was reading about that as well, Jamie, they're looking at obviously having double headers a lot, so getting both male and female team, and that just leaves Canberra United sitting high and dry. Does this bring the gateway of Canberra United men's team coming in?
I saw Michelle Heyman on Instagram say the exact same thing, and I replied to him like, Canberra is a no-brainer for the next expansion. It has to happen now, but it should have happened before Western United. It should have happened before MacArthur.
Canberra should have come in instead of MacArthur. And I can say that as a Western Sydney.
Yeah, I was going to say.
fan
I was going to say,
person that
why
lives in MacArthur
is
and
the
hates
women's
fucking
team
club?
got a Canberra team except the men doesn't?
And
It
that
never
Canberra
made sense to
team,
me.
They do great numbers with fans as well. Viking Park looks amazing every time they play there. And yet, we go Western United. You know what team would have looked really good in fucking green in the A-League? Canberra. Well, no, let's put it in Western Melbourne where no one cares.
Where's Western United Stadium? Wasn't that junior?
Yeah, and they should just play out of Dandenong. That's how big a crowd they get. 990 people packed into Dandenong.
And that's
Melbourne
on a good
City's
day.
women's team gets bigger than that. So, yeah, but that's exciting because, like you said, I think that opens up the expansion for Canberra in the next couple of years. It has to.
100%.
You can't do a team's championship and make it fair if Canberra doesn't have a men's team. And what are you going to do? Score their points as double? That's not fair to the W League team. So, you have to.
Or just pair Canberra up with a team that doesn't have a W League team.
Like MacArthur.
So, like MacArthur.
That's disgusting.
And then we pack up MacArthur FC and just fucking ship him down to Canberra.
Ship them down to Canberra, yep.
Get rid of him. And Canberra have a men's team.
But Canberra has to be green. The only team in Canberra that's not green is the Brumbies, and it just doesn't look right.
It irks me, eh?
Yeah.
It irks me.
Why are you not
That's
green?
just
There's
rugby
no
union
green.
in general for me.
There's no green in rugby union. Why is that not? Why are they not green?
Why
suppose the
are
grass
they
is green
racism to
for 'em.
green?
I'm excited now because I think, when we lived down in Mossvale, we always said like, if our football team got put in Canberra, that would be the team that Will would grow up watching because there's no Wollongong fucking team. He's a South Coast kid / Highlands kid. It would be his team, but
Here you go. In honor of Canberra, hopefully getting an A-League team, green.
there you go. Yeah,
Let's go. That's what we need in an
it's like a
A-League.
Boston Celtics shirt, but I'll take that.
It's one of my work shirts. Like, yeah.
Shout out
I've
Woolworths
got
if you want to sponsor the show.
I can confirm. I've seen him in that shirt.
Well, why?
I could
They'll
get my
make it look
green
sexy.
jersey out. Could get my green one out there.
Last time I saw Benny wearing that shirt, he had a mask over his face, so
Yeah.
it's different.
Well, give everyone else a chance because I do what Justin Timberlake sang about. I'm bringing sexy back.
I'm going to leave. I reckon that's enough for this show.
Yeah, the Bulldogs just kicked ahead to go up 71-63. So, yeah, I think that's it for the first Sunday sessions. It's just going to be a quick weekly show, crack a drink, talk some shit about sport. And, it's the first one. We'll have some imaging and hopefully a theme song eventually. But, it's all about having a bit of a drink
Believe
and
it.
talking some
Producer
shit
Nuggets
with
on
the
the
boys.
case already, mate.
And I probably won't be here the next week, but someone else will be in my place, and his name is probably Ashir. So,
Or editor Blake Denby's fucking very keen on jumping in. Blake hasn't stopped messaging me.
all I'm getting is edit. I've told him he can blog if he wants, but all I get is editing messages. So, yeah, subscribe to this channel where you see this. Hit us up on the website, fanbabblesports.com. Check out Circle and Rectangle Show where myself and Nugget feature. Check out Chat from the Back where Benny and Scotty and myself feature. New show will be up next week, going weekly from now on. But yeah, hit us up. Check out our blogs. We've all got really good ones up. Scotty's got a really good one coming.
I've got a couple.
Friday.
I've got a couple in the bank, and
Get around us. And to the drink companies that we are currently drinking, first one wants to sponsor this show, man. It's not going to cost you much. Honestly, we'd probably do it for a couple of 6-packs. So
I'll do it for a Chris Pie 5 when we open up.
I'll do it for less.
But yeah, hook us up. Happy to put your name across any of our screens. Like we can all have each different drink that we drink underneath our names. I'm cool if it's just
I
a
can't
six-pack
wait to
case.
get individual sponsors, mate.
It's got to happen with the shows eventually. But yeah, I think that's it.
Until that
25.
point, we'll just do as the Simpsons did for the Denver Broncos and the Atlanta Falcons. We'll just hold
Atlanta
I'm drinking.
when you bring the money in.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But,
We'll talk about it. I'll bring you in.
I know what Benny's drinking right now is probably our most attainable because we know some people. We know they sponsor a club that is very dear to our heart. A good friend of mine and a good friend of Dan Nichols owns the company or created the company. So, you know, hook us up. Shout out New Zealand Warriors, Chad Townsend. But yeah, I think that's it for the first Sunday sessions. It's only going to be a 20 to 30 minute show
Sunday
every
sessions?
week.
Have you fucked it up already?
Saturday sessions.
How many have you had, mate? Like,
Just
How
the
much
one.
money do you want?
Just the one. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
we could do one of these every day of the week. I wouldn't be on many of them, but we could. But yeah, Saturday sessions, first show. The first video we're going to put up on the fucking website. So this is monumental.
Yeah.
When we look back in 10 years' time and we're all rich
I
with
really
this,
wish you told me that. I would have actually, spruced up.
I would have put my suit on and
Man, I'm wearing a Gators shirt I got like almost 10 years ago now. It looks like I'm sweating at the moment when it's just that old. So yeah, I was probably 120 kilos when Beck brought it back from the States. So I'm only 104 now. So it's a bit less.
104? Can I get up to your level? Jesus.
Can I get down to your level?
Oh, no, that is not possible.
And there's me and Benny just fucking smiling, drinking beverages.
Just nodding and smiling.
Smile and wave.
Right.
boys.
hey, I'm in
Smile
shape.
and wave.
I'm in shape. Round is a shape.
Round is a shape. I have a
Same.
six-pack. It's in my fridge.
I'm like a pear, you know, it's like kind of thin up top, then it gets really fat, like sort of the belly and the waist area. So.
Hey, everyone talks about having six packs being the best thing. Sorry, but whenever you go to a party, do you want a six pack or do you want a keg?
Yep, you got to tap that keg. Tap
All
that
right.
keg.
You are not wrong, sir.
Let's fucking leave.
Yeah, I think that's it for the show.
This has gone way off.
Yeah, hit us up on FanBabbleSports.com. Find us on our socials at FanBabble Sports on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Boys, what are your individual socials? Mine is at JustJamieB90 on Twitter.
I can't even remember off the top of my head.
It's Ben Goldthorpe34 or something like that. We retweet his blogs all the time, so just look at our page. Nugget is
I think
at
it's like
Nugget.
I think I'm
I
at
think
Benny
it's
Bull.
nug.life37.
Yeah, Nug.life37. And Scotty doesn't have a Twitter just yet, but he will get one eventually.
man.
So
Eventually. If I can figure out Facebook, I can figure out Twitter.
yeah, just like our Facebook page.
It's like
Facebook.com/FanBabble
Twitter. It's like
Sports.
MySpace, just you don't have your music on there.
Yeah, I mean you can post
MySpace?
music, but you have to click on it, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
All right,
Yeah,
let's
it's
just
the thing
fucking
from
end
back
this.
when we
Stop
were
babbling on. We do it too much.
we'll see you guys next week.
Babble on,
Yous.
boys.
See ya.
Babble on.
See ya.
Enjoy.